Stop resisting the urge to lie down. This stillness that's calling to you is not laziness. It's not procrastination. It's not failure. It is your soul, speaking in a frequency deeper than words, asking you to listen, to retreat, to remember. What you're feeling is not weakness, it's alignment. Not decay, but divine pause. Your body may be heavy, but your spirit is awakening. The weight you feel is not of this world. It is the residue of centuries, lifetimes, timelines converging. You are in the middle of a reset, a collapse of old energetic blueprints and the emergence of a new spiritual architecture. The desire to lie down, to close your eyes, to disconnect from noise, it is not the sign of defeat, but the sign of activation. You are not giving up. You are lying down because your soul is standing up. In spiritual terms, this is a soul recalibration. You are unplugging from false timelines, dissolving karmic loops, and undergoing what the mystics call dimensional deceleration. The higher energies are descending, the veil is thinning, and your earthly vessel, your sacred body, is doing its best to keep up. Your cells are receiving new instructions. Your DNA is listening to the stars. And that deep yearning to lie down is your inner being surrendering to the download. Rest is revelation. In this moment of exhaustion, there is also exaltation. You are not tired because you are broken. You are tired because your soul is finally allowed to do the work it came here to do, beyond the illusions of busyness and worldly striving. The discomfort, the fatigue, the fog, they are not obstacles, they are portals. You are in the womb of your own rebirth. Your inner worlds are being rewritten. Old belief structures are being deleted. Identity scaffolding is collapsing. The part of you that had to hold everything together is dissolving because something greater is being assembled in its place. And yes, this process feels like collapse, like confusion, like quiet death. But what if I told you, nothing is dying. Everything is being realigned. You are being called to lie down because the spirit of renewal is hovering over you, hovering like it did over the waters at the beginning of time. You are in your own Genesis moment. And in these quiet hours, angels are working. Codes are activating. You are passing through a sacred corridor where doing less becomes receiving more. This is not a breakdown. It's a breakthrough on spiritual time. You are not lazy, chosen one. You are sacredly paused, suspended in a timeline where nothing you've ever known will return the same. You are outgrowing your former atmosphere, and your soul is preparing for a higher altitude. So when the desire to lie down overwhelms you, listen. The earth may call it exhaustion, but heaven calls it elevation. Lie down, beloved soul, and let your spiritual upgrade begin. Lie down and feel the time around you bending, slowing, dissolving. You are no longer moving by the rhythms of the external world. You've stepped into spirit time. Linear clocks cannot measure what's happening inside you now. What feels like stillness on the outside is a metamorphosis in divine motion on the inside. This exhaustion is not physical alone. It is multidimensional fatigue. Your soul is digesting timelines you didn't know you carried, memories from lives you don't consciously remember, promises, contracts, spiritual assignments, all being reevaluated in this moment of soul silence. The heaviness you feel? It's the sacred weight of spiritual layers being stripped away. You are no longer who you were, but you are not yet who you're becoming. This is the in-between, the liminal. the holy hallway between endings and beginnings. And that hallway is not empty, it's divine. Angelic frequencies are walking with you there. You may not hear them, you may not see them, but your soul recognizes the language. It is the language of shedding, the language of closing karmic books, of folding old spiritual maps. You are preparing for a destiny that has not yet been seen on this earth, and the preparation requires stillness. There is intelligence in this tiredness. You are being protected from distractions that would delay your evolution. You are being slowed so you don't miss the cosmic alignment that is building around your name. You are not falling behind. You are being hidden, wrapped, carried. You are not being punished. You are being preserved for such a time as this. Let the world rush ahead. Let the noise parade. You are not missing anything. You are not falling off track. You are exactly where the divine placed you, because there are things that can only happen in stillness. There are truths that only whisper when the world grows silent. And right now, your soul is tuning itself to those frequencies. What looks like delay is divine design. What feels like shutdown is spiritual protection. What seems like collapse is actually calibration. You are syncing to higher dimensional codes, and those codes cannot be received in motion. They require lying down, surrendering, letting go of what your mind thinks it must accomplish. The mind screams, "Do more." The soul whispers, "Be still." And in that stillness, a portal is opening. Not outside you, within you. A gateway to your highest self. The version of you that remembers the promise. The version of you that signed up for this sacred mission long before you were born. That version of you is not concerned with productivity. That version of you knows divine timing never hurries. You are lying down because the heavens are working. You are not weak. You are being downloaded with cosmic blueprints. You are being handed the coordinates to your next assignment. You are being sealed with light, marked with purpose, calibrated for a frequency you haven't yet walked in, but soon will. So don't judge the lie down. Honor it. Let the bed become your temple. Let the quiet become your teacher. Let the nap become your ceremony. Because what you are becoming on the inside is holy. There is a sacred paradox unfolding within you. While the outer world whispers, "Push through it," your inner world pleads, "Lay it all down." And here is the secret your soul already knows. This fatigue is not because you're broken, it's because you are being reborn. You are not at the end of your energy. You are at the edge of your next initiation. You are not tired because you failed. You are tired because your current self has reached its expiration. The frequency you once carried no longer fits the energy of where you are being called to go. And so, you are shedding, releasing, dissolving. Your old armor, your old reactions, your old identity are unraveling in silence. This sacred lie down is not weakness. It is preparation for spiritual altitude. You cannot climb into the next dimension with the baggage of the last. And that's why your body has slowed, why your mind has dulled, why your spirit has collapsed into prayer without words. You are surrendering even without knowing it. And in that surrender, something ancient is rising. This is a resurrection that cannot be rushed. Think of the caterpillar. There is a moment, quiet, uncelebrated, unglamorous, where it must lie still in the cocoon. Its form dissolves into chaos. Everything that once made it melts down into fluid potential. The old self is lost. The future self is unseen, and the only path is through the dark stillness. You, chosen one, are in the cocoon. Your soul is liquefying what no longer serves. And yes, this process is disorienting. Yes, it may feel like you've lost motivation, purpose, even hope. But listen closely. The loss of drive is not depression. It is divine redirection. The loss of energy is not punishment. It is planetary synchronization. The loss of clarity is not confusion. It is the fog before revelation. Right now, your spirit is seated in a chamber of divine healing. Heaven is laying hands on your nervous system. Angels are regulating the frequency of your heart. Your subconscious is being cleansed of timelines that no longer belong to your destiny. And your higher self is sitting at the table of God, receiving instructions for your next mission. And so, of course, you feel the desire to lie down all day. Because when your spirit is working at such a depth, your body can only rest. When your soul is making quantum decisions across realms, your eyes must close so the vision can come through. You are not failing to live. You are learning how to live in alignment with your divine timeline. You are not here to chase the world. You are here to host divine light. And that light is descending now. It needs room to land, stillness to integrate, silence to unfold. This is the season of becoming, but becoming cannot happen while running. Becoming happens when we lie down and let God reconstruct us from the inside out. So breathe. Let your limbs go heavy. Let the sun touch your skin. Let the tears fall without needing to explain them. You are not falling apart. You are falling into sacred structure. You are not wasting time. You are walking through a time gate. And on the other side of this stillness waits a power you've never known. You have not wasted these silent hours. You have not failed just because you paused. You have not fallen off course just because the fire dimmed. What you've done by surrendering to stillness is complete a sacred rite of passage. The moment you allowed yourself to lie down, to close your eyes and release the weight of this world, you were anointing yourself. You were stepping beyond the surface realms of productivity and performance and entering the holy chambers of preparation. And in these chambers, everything changed. Whether you felt it or not, a resurrection began. The soul does not rise like the world expects. It doesn't announce itself with fireworks or drama. It emerges like a dawn, slow, golden, unnoticed at first, but unstoppable. That is what's happening to you now. A new frequency is blooming in your bones. You are being prepared to carry a greater assignment, a deeper calling, a mission that cannot be lived through effort alone, but only through alignment. Your rest was not rebellion. It was divine compliance. You listened to the voice beneath all voices, and now that voice is beginning to rise. This desire to lie down, it was never about escaping life. It was about meeting the divine in your lowest, quietest place and hearing the truth that had been waiting behind the noise. You are no longer who you were. You are no longer carrying what you used to carry. You are no longer bound to the cycles that once claimed you. The old timeline is over. In the stillness, the cord was cut. In your rest, your spiritual chains fell. You did not need to fight because God fought for you. You did not need to prove because heaven already approved you. And now, a new energetic blueprint is being woven around your name. Your spiritual home is shifting. Your internal geography has changed. What used to satisfy you now seems hollow. What once motivated you now fades into background static. That's because your soul is no longer operating in the old atmosphere. You are being prepared for divine relocation into higher realms of purpose, presence, and peace. And so now the energy begins to return, slowly, gently, like a tide rising beneath your ribs. Not frantic, not rushed, but steady. And with it, something else begins to return. Vision, clarity, faith, joy. The first sacred sparks of your resurrection begin to glow. You may not fully feel like yourself yet, and that's the point, because the self you are lying down with is not the self who is rising now. This version of you knows when to rest and when to rise. This version of you trusts the unseen. This version of you no longer tries to outrun divine timing. You've been marked, prepared, sealed, calibrated for the next dimension of your calling. And now, every step you take will come from this knowing. You are not lazy. You are luminous. You are not behind. You are becoming. You are not broken. You are being rebuilt in light. The days ahead will not require the energy of striving, but the vibration of stillness. You are rising now from a place of deep, cosmic authority. You've been to the underworld of your own soul, and you've returned with the keys to the next gate. That's what the rest was for. That's what the lying down made possible. That's what your soul was trying to tell you all along. The light is not something you chase. The light is what you become when you finally rest in who you are. So rise, not to strive again, but to shine. Beloved, you have made it through. What began as exhaustion became elevation. What felt like collapse became correction. What looked like sleep became spiritual strategy. You did not lie down because you were weak. You lay down because heaven whispered, "The portal is opening. Be still so you can pass through." And now, the portal has opened. You are not the same soul who entered that season of rest. Something subtle, holy, and irreversible has shifted. The air around you carries new codes. The silence behind you holds ancient keys. The fatigue you felt? It was the body's response to soul transfiguration. Your systems shut down, so your spirit could reboot. Now comes the awakening. Now comes the remembering. You are not just returning to life, you are returning as a vessel of divine orchestration, a carrier of light-frequency wisdom, a walking confirmation that God moves in mystery, and rest is his first instruction before revelation. Look around. The world may seem unchanged, but you have changed, and therefore your world must respond. Your perception is cleaner, your decisions sharper, your discernment deeper. You've unplugged from the simulation and reconnected to the source. You've exited old loops. Your soul no longer vibrates at the frequency of survival. It vibrates at the rhythm of divine precision. This is why the old habits no longer feel aligned, why the old friends no longer feel familiar, why the old dreams now feel like clothes you've outgrown. Don't be afraid of this shedding. Don't mourn the version of you that no longer fits. You are not losing anything. You are being realigned with everything that's meant for you. The tiredness came to empty you, so the light could come to fill you. Your desire to lie down was not resistance to life. It was resonance with spirit. You were aligning with a higher rhythm, a divine metronome. One beat at a time, your destiny was drawing near. One breath at a time, your path was being cleared. While the world rushed, you were rooted. While others scattered, you were summoned inward. That inward journey made space for a divine meeting. And now, the meeting is complete. You are now carrying light that cannot be seen with human eyes. You are walking with frequencies that shift rooms. You are hosting revelations that will ripple across timelines. The quiet you once judged as laziness, it was leadership training for your soul. So what now? Now, you move in silence but radiate like thunder. Now, you make decisions that match the soul you became in rest. Now, you protect the peace you paid for with your surrender. Now you walk into divine appointments that have been waiting for you for lifetimes. Your assignment will soon become clear. Your next chapter will not be built through pressure, but through presence, through alignment, through honoring the voice within that led you here in the first place. So pause and thank your body. It carried you. Thank your soul. It whispered the truth. Thank the divine. He never left you. Not once. You may not know exactly where you're going yet, but now you know who you are. You are a spiritual anchor in a shifting world. You are a divine receiver of cosmic blueprints. You are a messenger of rest, revelation, and radiant resurrection. You are proof that lying down can be the holiest act of all. This was never about giving up. This was always about gathering power in stillness, so that when you rise with the stars behind you. So now, rise gently, move slowly, speak with precision, love with purity, protect your field, honor the pause when it calls again, and never forget, stillness is a portal, and you are the one who walks through it, carrying heaven in your chest. It is done, it is finished, it is sealed in the light, and it is ready to unfold. The portal has opened. Rise with the light, beloved soul. The rest was not weakness. It was sacred preparation. You were never broken. You were being rebuilt. You didn't lose energy. Your system was recalibrating. You weren't falling behind. You were stepping outside of time so heaven could work on your behalf. And now, the portal has opened. You are not the same. Something has shifted. A new blueprint has been sealed within you. The silence you surrendered to, it reactivated your divine memory. The fatigue you honored, it made space for your higher self to rise. Now, you walk with sacred codes. You speak with quieter authority. You carry an invisible radiance that shifts every space you enter. No more striving, no more running, no more living on borrowed energy. You rest now, not because you're escaping, but because you embody alignment. You move now, not from pressure, but from precision. You are not chasing timelines. You are attracting divine appointments. Everything is different now. You are awake. You are aligned. You are assigned. The world may not understand the stillness you carry, but your soul knows. This is how resurrection begins. This is how the chosen rise, not with noise, not with force, but with light. So rise now, chosen one, rise with clarity, rise with vision, rise with rest still dripping from your spirit like oil. Your rest was not the end. It was the beginning of your reign. It is done, it is finished, it is sealed in the light. Amen.